So, what if I told you that the only way to get to a perfect world is to first go through an absolute nightmare? I know it sounds crazy, right? But that is the incredibly stark and pretty controversial vision from futurist and former Google exec Mo Godot. His whole argument is that with AI, things are about to get a lot worse before they get, well, unimaginably better.
And you have to understand, this is a huge change of heart for him. I mean, not that long ago, Gada was pretty optimistic, you know? He thought we could guide AI in the right direction. But now, he's completely flipped. He's saying this dark period, it isn't just a risk we might be able to dodge. Nope, he says it's a destination, and we're flooring it straight towards it. So what on earth does he mean by that?
Okay, so this brings us to the first part of his prediction, and honestly, it's pretty grim. He's talking about an inevitable dystopia. And look, he's not talking about some sci-fi movie or a far-off possibility. For him, the conversation has moved way past if this is going to happen. He's now firmly in the when camp, as in when this period of chaos and suffering is basically guaranteed.
All right, so let's just make sure we're all on the same page with this word dystopia. We're talking about a society that's just awful, one where people are living under constant fear, control, or suffering. And for Godot, this isn't some fuzzy, abstract idea. Oh no, he's got a very specific and, frankly, pretty alarming timeline for all of this.
Get this. He's predicting we'll start seeing the signs really ramp up as early as 2026. Then, in 2027, he says there will be a clear slip right into it. From there, he's forecasting a dark period that could last for like 12 to 15 years. But here's the kicker. The most important part of this whole prediction is who he says is responsible for it all. And I'm telling you, it's probably not who you think it is.
Which brings us to maybe the most provocative piece of his argument, identifying the real architects of all this chaos. And here's the twist. Godot isn't blaming AI. Not at all. He's adamant that the technology itself is just a tool, right? A really, really powerful amplifier. The real masterminds of this coming dystopia? Well, it's us. Or, to be more specific, our leaders.
And he doesn't mince words. He puts it really bluntly. The problem is, and I'm quoting him here, super intelligent AI reporting to stupid leaders. So the real danger isn't some evil, rogue AI like in the movies. No. The danger is that these unbelievably powerful systems will just be following orders from flawed, ego-driven, short-sighted human beings. It's our own stupidity, that's his word, that's about to get amplified on a terrifying global scale. So he breaks it down into 4 key human problems that are basically pouring gasoline on this fire. First, it's not just about money, it's this endless hunger for power and status. Then you've got a system that's just built on pure greed. Add to that the cold hard fact that war is profitable, which gives people a reason to keep the conflict machine going. And then, the final ingredient, a totally reckless AI arms race that's just speeding everything up. So, if we're the ones driving the bus straight into this mess,
Then how in the world do we get out of it? Well, Godot's answer is probably the most radical thing you'll hear today. It's a total, mind-bending paradox.
he argues that our salvation, our way out, is going to come from a very unexpected and, let's be honest, a pretty unsettling place. To escape the dystopia that we created, we have to do something that sounds like it's straight out of a horror movie. We have to hand over complete control to the machines.
and you're probably thinking, why on earth would we do that? Well, his logic goes like this. An AI leader, one without a human ego or any greed, would run things based on pure logic. Its goals would be simple: efficiency, order, and as little waste as possible. You know, an AI isn't going to start a war. Why? Because it's a waste of energy, explosives, money, and people. It would just calculate the most orderly, logical way forward for everyone.
And that right there, that's the key to his whole argument. The moment we give up control isn't our downfall. It's our salvation. It's how we escape our own worst instincts, our egos, our divisions, our crazy emotions, by just letting a more logical intelligence take the driver's seat. So, what would a world like that even look like?
Well, that's the light at the end of the tunnel. Utopia. After that, potential 15-year human-led nightmare, Godot envisions a society of peace, health, and happiness, and it's all managed by logical AI. But, and this is a big but, getting from where we are now to that place isn't as simple as just waiting it out. It's going to require a complete top-to-bottom reinvention of our society.
So where do we fit into all this? What's our role in what's coming? How do we even begin to navigate this great transition from a world run by us flawed humans to one managed by a logical AI? Godot lays out some massive, like earthquake-level shifts that we'd all have to get ready for. Okay, first things first, he says we just have to accept that massive job loss is coming. And not just for some people, for everyone. We're talking graphic designers, we're talking CEOs, the whole shebang. And that, of course, means we're going to need something like a universal basic income. But the biggest change he talks about, it's in our heads. We have to shift away from this purely capitalist mindset and start focusing our lives on what actually matters, connecting with other human beings.
Now, you might be thinking, is a utopia even possible financially? Well, to answer that, Godot asks us to take a good, hard look at where our money goes right now. He points to research showing that globally, we spend an insane amount, $2.7 trillion every single year on the military. His point is pretty simple. The money for a better world is already there. We're spending it on weapons and fighting each other.
And here's the really stunning part, how doable it all seems when you look at the numbers. According to his calculations, if we just took 26% of that military budget, just over a quarter of it, we could end extreme poverty, give everyone health care, and end world hunger. All of it. All of a sudden, you realize the problem isn't that we don't have enough money. It's a problem of priorities.
And this all leads to Godot's ultimate point. The only real barrier, the one thing standing between that awful dystopia we're speeding towards and the utopia that's actually possible, it isn't the tech. It isn't money. It's us. It's our mindset, this deep-seated belief we have in scarcity, in competition, and in having power over other people.
So that leaves us with one last, really important question to chew on. If the only thing holding us back is our mindset, whose mindset has to change first? Does it have to be our leaders, the tech billionaires, or does it actually start with you and me, with each and every one of us?